And hello, welcome to the Save with Crypto live stream. I'm here with Maff. Hello, Maff. How you doing?
Hello. Hi. Good,
You're right.
thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
How you doing?
Okay, I'm good. Yeah. So I believe today is Thanksgiving. I believe, which
Woo.
when I was curious about how many people in the US celebrated Thanksgiving, and it seems like it was 91 to 94% according to Google, which I thought was quite a lot actually. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how many people. I mean, what's our equivalent? We haven't got an equivalent, but like Christmas. I think I don't think it's that high, is it? Oh, I don't know. No idea. Anyway, but beyond that, I asked Google, what percentage in the whole world um, celebrate Thanksgiving, and
Yeah.
it said it's negligible, which which
Well, I
surprised me.
suppose. I mean, it's very much a US thing, isn't it?
Oh,
It's
totally, yeah, completely, yeah. But
I can't remember how much of it was like throwing off the shackles of the the sort of British kind of control or whatever. I mean, that's obviously Independence Day, but I don't know how much of Thanksgiving was related to that, or if it's purely just wholesome. Just hey, let's all get the family together and
yeah,
eat lots
I,
of food.
most of my American friends have actually who have actually said, what's it actual about? What is it about? And they sort of go, and then they're not quite sure exactly. So I don't know. I don't even know if
I mean,
people here.
the clue is probably in the name, isn't it? I think it's just
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
so yes, here we are giving thanks. Anyway, but yeah, for everyone else, happy Thursday.
yeah, basically, yeah. Happy Thursday, just like any other Thursday, essentially.
No, I have been hearing some horror stories from other YouTubers about various things, so I'm just gonna, for the next 24 seconds, just do this. Please note that this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Any information or opinions provided are not guaranteed to be accurate or complete. Always conduct your own research before making any financial decisions. A full legal disclaimer is in the description of each video and live stream. There you go.
Sensible. Yeah.
Well, apparently, what it is now is YouTube have now got a AI dangerous content detector, and
Okay.
it's making mistakes. And I know people like, say, Andy Bitcoin Census, who I mean, to be honest, his content, he literally just talks about Elliott waves. He doesn't particularly shill any kind of exchanges or anything like that. He probably
Yeah.
talks about, I don't know. Anyway, he got one of those strikes, so he was like off air for like 7 days. And
Jeez. Okay.
but yeah, but apparently, I've actually read this morning. I did actually read the YouTube community guidelines, and I went through it, and I think the only thing they can get you on is dangerous content if you're, misleading someone into doing something stupid with their money. So,
Yeah.
so I think that disclaimer should do it. There is also I mean, there's my disclaimer in the description, which is, slightly amusing, like, sort of like, don't spend money that you need to go to the pub with, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But beneath that, there is a proper legal disclaimer as well. Okay, right. So with all that out of the way, let's get on with the non-dangerous content, which I'm just going to look at price of Bitcoin here now. Yesterday, because I thought I was going to do the show on my own, and I made the thumbnail saying, "Are we going to go to 90K today?" And I assume that most people would have thought, he's just pulled that out of his arse as clickbait, sort of. And what wasn't entirely true actually, because what I did was I was looking at it with our indicator. Our indicator was called Quadzilla. We'll talk about that in a moment, but Quadzilla is an indicator that it's not a free indicator, but if you go to savewithcrypto.org/QZ, you can find out how to get it. Now, when you do get it, you'll go to indicators, and you'll go to invite only, right? And you probably won't have as many things as what I've got here, but you will find it there. And you give that a click, right? And that installs Quadzilla. And you see what it does. It puts it down here, puts this momentum oscillator down here, which is amazing. And it also adds quite a few little bits to the chart up here. Now, what I was looking at yesterday, because yesterday was, what was it, Tuesday? No, Wednesday, wasn't it? Yeah, so we were here. What I was actually looking at was this level up here, which was at 90,953, and I was thinking, well, okay, that's what we call a bearish retracement line. So I was thinking, okay, the price would probably go up to there, possibly reject a little bit. So that's why it was, I was saying 90k, and sure enough, what did it do? It went to 90k, didn't it? Actually went up a little bit more. Actually, what did it go to? It went to 91, almost 92 actually. So so that was quite good, really.
So that's on the 1 hour chart.
That's the 1 hour chart. Yeah. If you look at it on something like the 4 hour, I think there were a few that were kind of in agreement actually, but obviously the 4 hour wasn't one. This is the Bybit chart, so it might be different on the index chart. But yeah, so anyway, what's it? At the moment though, obviously we're having a little bit of a breather around that sort of 90, 91 area. But what I'm looking at is a couple of things really. Is the fact that on the 4 hour time frame, we've got this like green 55 EMA here, and this yellow 21 EMA. These are put in by Quadzilla, by the way, but they are pretty much standard exponential moving averages, but they are part of the whole mechanism of Quadzilla, so they are worth taking note of. Now, what we always talk about is when they cross bearish, which is when the yellow goes below the green, and that's what happened last Thursday, a week ago, wasn't it? And since then, the price has been coming down. Now, it does look to me like there is a possibility that these might cross bullish sometime soon. So I don't know if that's going to coincide with anything that you're going to say today, Maff. But yeah, we can
a little bit. Yeah, I mean it's
okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of crossover there, I think.
Okay, good.
Talk about EMA crossovers, but yeah. So,
the other thing I did talk about this morning on a video that I put out about half an hour ago. I should really get on with those and make them earlier, but I'm kind of hoping there's someone here who's just finished watching that and thought, God, I want more of that. I'm going to go to the live stream. and if that's you, by the way, I thought that was going to be like a new person in the chat, but it's Kaz. But hello, Kaz. Anyway, it's always great to see you here. But anyway, so what I was talking about this was there was a hack on Upbit Exchange, which is a South Korean crypto exchange, last night. It was, I don't know, $37 million. It's not a lot of money for an exchange, is it? I suppose it depends on the size of the exchange.
Still not to be sniffed at, I suppose.
Yeah. No, it would. If it was me, it would hurt.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I suppose it depends on the size of the exchange, doesn't it? Because if it's Bybit, they would probably just be, bother,
But yeah, I mean,
some smaller levels of exchange might it's a bit of a test of their reserves, isn't it? And the reserve,
But fair play to them. They've apparently agreed to sort of make everyone whole again, and pay them back and stuff. So everyone will be all right,
Few,
that'd be a relief. It also affects quite a few things on the Solana network, like Bonk, and one of the things was USDC actually, which I hadn't really thought about. But yeah,
because that runs on Ethereum, I guess. That's not Solana, is it?
USDC is it is Ethereum,
both.
isn't it? Well, as far as I know,
seem to remember. Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure why that was affected, but
well, maybe it's on both now. They kind of make these things a bit more universal, don't they?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not sure exactly what time the the hack happened, but I'm guessing it was probably around about midnight UTC sort of thing. In which case, that's probably why Solana's come down
Yeah,
14%.
it's weird, isn't it? Because you wouldn't see that so much as a. I mean, I very much doubt it was a blockchain hack. I haven't looked into it at all, but it wouldn't have been like take advantage of some blockchain exploit or something like that, unless it's in a smart contract, obviously. But more likely to be a website hack, I would think.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's weird how something like that would. I mean, these things do affect the charts, don't they? But it's weird how they do sometimes. Something that just happens to mention the name Solana, therefore it affects Solana.
I suppose, if you hear the name Solana and you hear the word hack, and you have, like, for example, like a large amount of Solana on an exchange, your natural instinct is probably to try and withdraw it.
Yeah, true. Triggers a bit of a cascade, I think. Because I'd imagine a lot of people are probably long or were long on Solana at that point.
Yeah. So, actually, I am but only a little bit.
Sure.
But anyway, so the price came down. Anyways, here on the 1 hour time frame, it did kind of leave behind it these bearish retracements up here. So I don't know. I'm expecting something like that. That's just a randomly sort of drawn arrow and stuff like that. But anyway, so that's what I'm kind of looking at today. I've got a couple of trades open on Bitunix, and both Solana actually. One's using USDT as the capital, and the other one's using Solana as the capital. And you can do both of those on Bitunix. And we do have a nice offer for Bitunix at the moment as well, which we can talk about later, I suppose. Sure. Have you got anything you want to discuss?
Yeah, sure. I was going to say we could go through the chat and say hi to people, but I think there is just Kaz so far. I mean, there's me. Hello, me. And Kaz, hi. I guess, actually, you already did this, didn't you? So, that's it. Where is everybody? Oh, there we go. Coding Crypto Fitness. Hello. Glad to see you there.
Actually,
any others? Any more for any more?
Are the actual US markets open today or not?
Oh, for Thanksgiving. That's good.
Yeah.
Point, actually. Probably not. So this could be a bit of a lull day.
Oh, yeah. No, just looking on the watch list on here on like Mag 7 and stuff. It's normally got the little yellow dot there with the pre-market price. So I guess not. All right. So that means...
close. Oh, blimey. Close until Monday.
Until Monday?
According to Coding Crypto Fitness. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just twiddle our thumbs then.
Well, maybe the price will go up a bit. The US has had a habit of selling off Bitcoin, haven't they? Not so much the last few days, but that was the trend, wasn't it, for a while, that there'd be gains during the UK and European hours, and even during the what should we call it? So Asian stock market, I suppose, stock markets during their hours. But then but obviously between those, the US opens and there's just a massive sell-off. So hopefully the price will have a chance to just go up a bit over the next few days.
Okay. Well, that'd be nice. Yeah. Oh, right. I wasn't aware it was shut for that long. I thought it was like a half day today or something, and then back to normal tomorrow, and then then everything. I don't know.
It seems like they just don't want to be spending their time making money. Obviously.
No, they just want to be having turkey and pumpkin pie. I believe that's
okay.
Pumpkin pie for dessert, apparently, which is always seems a bit
not
weird.
Turkey
really.
with pumpkin pie. Yeah.
I don't know because
God, because you'd be so full up from the turkey and everything that goes with it. and then they
Well,
bring out
yeah.
the gigantic pumpkin pie. Just, oh my god! So yeah, I guess they would just sleep that off for the Friday and the rest of the weekend. so
Yeah.
that they would need that time off, wouldn't they?
But to me, pumpkin seems more. It's not really dessert, is it? I don't know. Maybe I've got it wrong. I don't know. I always think of pumpkin being. I always use pumpkin to make like. I actually use it quite a lot in curries, actually. But to make like, yeah, curries and soup and that sort of stuff. It's not. It's not. I've never made a. I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe they don't have that for dessert. I think they do though. I think I read some like pumpkin pie and cream. I don't know. Anyway,
God,
I know
just
nothing
make me feel
about.
hungry now. To be fair, just keep mentioning food, different types of food. Thanks.
Banana.
Yeah. Car. So on. Yeah. Anyway, we've got Aussie. Oh, it's a comment on X. Hello. Kangaroo. I can't quite tell what the middle bit is. And thumbs up. Is that? What was that? Was that middle emoji? Can you see what that is? Is it shoes?
It's kangaroo, a couple of beers, and then a thumbs up.
Oh, it's beers. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought they were shoes for some reason. Better not send me to the bar when it's my round.
Yeah.
I got your sneakers. Anyway, yeah. So, should we do some TA?
I think we should actually. So let's do this.
Bitcoin price is predicted for you. Save with crypto and math. Bears and bulls will dance and move. Altcoins, shortcoins, stocks and forex too. Math and save will surf the wave. Bears and bulls will dance and
Well,
Right.
there you go. Right.
Yeah, I guess
You're
I better
Slap your screen up.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Sorry. Did it crash?
By
Oh, there we
the
go.
way, the
Share screen.
Quadzilla indicator we're talking about, we have got a Black Friday sale going on, which gets you 40% off. That is a Black Friday sale, so Black Friday's tomorrow. However, we are running it until the end of November, so that is Sunday night, is it? Yeah, I think so. So get in there.
Time is running out.
Yeah, I did have an idea about that. I was thinking because a few people have paid for the annual with crypto. And I
Yeah.
was thinking like, what we should probably do is have like a favourable price permanently for people paying with crypto for the annual, but then only offer it to people who are in the Discord or something like that. So you need to join the Discord
Yeah.
for free, and then we'll maybe allow you to sort of get the annual for a bargain price, not as cheap as it is now, but
Yeah.
if you pay with crypto. I was thinking just because it's so much easier, isn't it? It's like
It kind of is. It's nicer.
it's just like boom, it's done, and then because then we need to sort of use it to pay various people and things like that, and it's just so much easier sending crypto than working out stuff in different currencies and all that kind of thing. So yeah, don't know. We'll have a think about that anyway. But yeah, cool. Anyway, is that you or me on the screen? That's you, isn't it?
That's me, I think. Yeah. So actually, Ozzy saying,
It looks
cheers,
uncannily
Beers,
similar.
for following back. Thank you, appreciate it. And I think that's probably both of us. So
Is that on X?
what are we doing? Yeah, you're right.
You followed him where?
On X. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
have.
This X comment. Well, let me just check, see how many people are watching on X at the moment. Profile. Sorry, this is off screen. So this must be thrilling to watch. All right. Yeah, we've got fair number of people actually watching on X at the moment. So hi and welcome to all of you. Please do hit whatever needs to be kind of hit, I suppose, on there. And I was going to put a comment in there.
I think it's a like, isn't it? Or something like that.
Yes, yeah, hit like, and do follow Aussie's lead there and comment as well. Be appreciated. So hi from X, hello, and that's my alter ego. That's what I kind of turn into, after Twilight or whatever.
You know what I haven't done? I haven't started off the thingy, the Instagram.
Oh, the Instagram.
Right, I'll do that while you're doing your
TA thing. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that thing.
That TA thing. Yeah, I think I can do that whilst. I hope I don't mess it up. No, I think I'm good. Right, hang on. Right, carry on. Ignore me.
Okay. Well, if it just starts, tell me the moment it starts, and I'll do a quick welcome.
Okay, all right, hang on. I'm just pasting the key in, blah, blah, blah. Just, right, save changes. Okay, so if I go, right, it says, then it does this thing where it kind of like, right, I'll go live. So boom, there you go. We're live on Instagram.
Hello, Instagram. A big stadium voice. Yeah, I do hope someone will start watching there. Right, where are we at? So TA. I do need to start this with a bit of a preface that I had a very, very busy morning, and I haven't actually prepared anything for this, so I'm going to be winging it slightly, but maybe that's kind of good. It'll make it genuine. I'm not going to start out with any particular bias in terms of where the price is going to go, except I want the price to go up. So this is on the weekly. We have a Quadzilla retracement level here, which has played out very, very nicely and accurately. In fact, it's amazing to see these happen, especially kind of on the longer term charts, longer term time frames like this. So essentially here, it would have started drawing where the arrowhead is, and that's kind of at $85,000, and that was back in May. So back in May, this was saying that that the price is going to retrace back to $85,000 at some point within this kind of market, this type of market structure, essentially retracement, and it's kind of boom, that happened. And this is exactly the sort of thing that we want to see happen if we're trading. We kind of don't want to see this if you're investing into it, unless you want to DCA some more in or whatever. But we get this candle wick down below the retracement level, and then the price goes up. So in effect, it's because with retracement patterns, there's always three steps, assuming they all play out. So you get the initial up to the max, down to the min, and then up. So up, down, up, and it's currently in the up part of that. So the idea with these is that when you see that that's going to happen, you could maybe, if this seems like a top somewhere down here, somewhere along here, you could kind of place it long. There were lots of other signs within the charts and within Quadzilla as well that kind of showed that this is essentially topping out. In fact, Quadzilla did call that top, didn't it? 126 on one of the time frames, I think, at least one. So you could open at the short, bang, 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 down. At this point, you'd think, well, okay, we're basically expecting the price is going to come back up and break this level, and that's what it does. Kind of maybe open along. You could use this as confirmation. So when it breaks above that level, that's kind of when you might want to go long. So in the meantime, we've got these EMA, EMA trend lines things that are still working their way down. So we've got the 9 EMA. So generally, as long as the price is below the 9 EMA, that means it's still kind of like, there's a bit of a bearish feel to things. And the 9 EMA did cross below the 21. These are the faster moving EMAs, really, which of course just signals there was going to be a lot more of this downside coming down. For the upward move, what we'd really want to see is the for kind of a confirmation that there's going to be more of an upward move. We'd want to see the 21, the yellow, cross above the 55, the slow moving green EMA. But the problem here is that that hasn't really had a chance to get set up for that to happen. So we kind of wanted, or would have wanted, the 21 to have found its way below the 55 to mark a true low there. That just hasn't really happened. So it kind of suggests in that case, in fact, maybe just to show what I mean a bit there. So green EMA, we would have wanted the yellow to have had time to come down below there. Excuse the other drawing showing up. Maybe I'll remove that one for now. Yeah, we would have wanted the yellow to come down below the green to be kind of like working its way back up a bit, and then for the yellow to kind of accelerate and overtake. That in its own way is kind of a sign that there's going to be a decent move to the upside, that like we are so back kind of a move. As it is though, what we've kind of got instead is more of a relief rally, I think. So instead of all of that, it is just going to be more, the price is just kind of, we're maybe going to come up to, well, in fact, if I go to the, maybe it's the 2-day to show that. I think we've been kind of variously looking at maybe 106 as a place where the price might find its way up to and then drop. But given we've got retracement levels on various time frames, so this one, a bearish retracement level at 110, that kind of suggests then that the price would, actually maybe I'll also just draw it, let's do that for now. There. So the price might kind of come up to there, bounce, maybe support, maybe even that, before it does this big crypto winter thing, well, down. So that's a kind of a likely probability. Is that what you say? It's a strong probability high probability that it's going to do that. Sorry, there's alert pings, like there actually work pings going on in the background, just quite distracting. It's like, get out of my head. That's that. So, and then on the daily, it's just kind of a similar thing, really. It's a little bit sort of business as usual. Things are playing out kind of as we're expecting them at the moment, in the sense that we've had this. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So on the 2-hour, bullish retracement level there, 86 points, so just under 87k. That might be something that turns out to be like we need to kind of come down and retrace to there to build up steam again before the big move, the main relief rally, I suppose. Or it might be somewhere that we just kind of return to after that relief rally. So, these retracement levels, they tend to come into effect when there's kind of a confluence of opposing forces, I guess you could call it. So, for example, if we got the EMA trend lines and the momentum, and there's divergence there, then it's a bit like a thing of like with springs and weights and things, that if one's pulling in one direction, the other's pulling in the other direction, then it's the place where it just kind of ends up, where it stabilizes and stays still. So that's one way to think of these things. And I mean, in this case, it's shown up kind of at that price bottom there, really at the pivot level. But quite often they kind of end up just somewhere like that. You know what I mean? Just some weird level like that, and it's because of that, this sort of confluence of opposing forces. I don't know if confluence is the right word. Probably is. But generally, you do find that they tend to just align with things like that at the top, or in this case that at the bottom there, and other things as well. Like they quite often show up where you see kind of like liquidity, like this sort of thing here. Maybe you might kind of expect to see when that, if there's divergence at the time. In fact, having drawn that, that's actually quite a neat level, because that has shown itself to be an area of support. Now that I look at that, it's 86.1. So it's just repeatedly, and then eventually it took off from there. So that there was definite order blockiness, I suppose, within that area. So those orders got eaten up, and so they're probably sell orders there that had to be just eaten up first, and then eventually there's just enough. It got away from there and lifted off. Combination of excuse me, probably not sell orders actually. They would have been buy orders. Just so each time this is coming down, prevented it going lower because some more of the buy orders got filled, and then again, and then a few more just up at this sort of level, and then just up and away. But yeah, do expect that a drop to that kind of 87 level on the 1 hour, which I guess you're also looking at just earlier. So we've kind of broken through there. So it was that bearish retracement level, which that was it. Is that 91? Nice. And that started to draw all the way back on, was that last Thursday? Yeah, a week ago, I guess. Mm-hmm. Is that yeah, a week ago. 20,
yeah, that's what I was talking about at the start, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah. I should have been paying more attention.
Yeah, you're obviously just ignoring everything I was saying.
Just brazen, sort of thing. No, not at all. Yeah, so essentially that. I mean, it's so yeah. Since last Thursday, that retracement level is basically saying, hey, you know what? You kind of you may want to expect us. You know, we're going to come back to this level. You know, pretty soonish, really. And it took a week, but it got there. In the meantime, there were other retracements like that went down there. That these ones kind of played out. That one, it could produce like a sort of kind of a sideways S pattern. Was that a sine wave? Isn't it, I guess. So because it did that. Yeah. So having rehearsed that, so you all just kind of saw what I was drawing out. So go away. Oh, it's because it's in the middle of these. So yeah, maybe from there anyway. So you kind of had that. Oh, sorry, I hit the edge of the mouse mat. Let's try that again. Give myself more room.
Bad mouse.
Sweeping mouse move. Yeah. I'm not drawing it as well now.
Tell you what, you know, as I was watching Eric Crown's show yesterday afternoon, and
Yeah.
Eric Crown is a guy I like a lot, actually. In fact, the idea of the 9, 12, and 55 EMAs actually came from something that I learned when I briefly did one of his Crown School trading course things, you know, and that's how come that's part of Quadzilla, actually. But I was watching him. I have to watch it again, but there was something where when Bitcoin was pumping yesterday afternoon, a lot of people in his chat were saying, you know, is this it? Are we going back to all-time high? And he was saying, no, we're not. And I can't remember why it was now, because I was not paying attention to myself. But
Yeah.
But he said there's something that's happened in the past, sort of thing. When he said every time that happens, the price comes down a certain amount, and the level he was talking about was 83.5k.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'd have to check what it was all about actually. But he was saying, like, statistically, it's highly, highly probable in the next 3 or 4 weeks the price will come back down to 83.5k, which is great because that would actually quite nicely complete those bullish retracement levels down there, wouldn't it? On this
Yeah,
time frame.
that's true. Yeah, that on there definitely, and also this one. I mean, that's 85 point. I guess that one is already kind of completed there. Where we're looking is, I guess it was on the weekly. 85.1. Yeah, so this one, it's kind of into its. Is it into its? Still in its step 3. I guess yeah. So, sorry, yeah. So that one's kind of completed, but you could equally kind of extend that line out because it very much continues to be relevant because it stops plotting it because it's retraced to that level for step 3. So it's like, there you go, my job here is done, But really, the step 3 carries on as long as the price is just continuing to go upwards. That's still off the retracement pattern. That's a continuation of step 3, as high up as it goes, really. And it only really stops. You could view it as either kind of, well, I suppose really when it's reached the top, then as I was saying before, there are various things you can use to get a read on where the top actually is. But yeah, the one I would definitely. So I think so that one is 87, 84.4. That they are looking. And I don't like to say inevitable, but they're just highly probable that's going to happen. But this, with the actually, what did I just? Oh yeah, there we go. What time frame was actually looking at that one? Was it the 2 hour? For my weird curve, backwards pointing curve thing. Yeah, so I think this playing out like this. So even if the price does come down to this, which you might well expect it to. I mean, I'm just redrawing that curve basically, and up, and that of course would kind of be like that. That would give us from where we do it, do that a higher low, because obviously we had the low, the higher low, higher low, higher low. That wouldn't be a higher low, would it then? That would be a lower low. But yeah, for our French-speaking audience, that'd be a lower low. It might be there. But if we're lucky, if it just kind of like touches that line or wicks to it, it could just wick below that, but actually close above it, and that would count as just as a higher low in that case. So you can either view that as a note of buoyant bullishness. This is that relief rally is underway, or as a note of caution. Potentially these red backgrounds are a bit of a note of caution as well. I've also just got the RSI overlaid on this, which is just the RSI is looking a little bit mid at the moment. But meanwhile, Quadzilla is kind of showing that as we're kind of a little bit overheated there at the moment. So see
Cool.
how that goes. Yeah.
Excellent. Little comment here from Aussie. By the way, I did just find you on X, so I gave you a follow. And anybody else who wants to follow me on X, I'll follow you back. By the way, anyway, Aussie saying great T8. Has the CME gap been filled? Yeah, it did. It was Monday, wasn't it? Or was it Monday or Tuesday? I can't remember now.
Around about then, earlier in the week, I guess.
It was whenever it dumped. It did actually completely very, very neatly go to the bottom of whatever it closed at on Friday. Was it 80? I can't remember now, but yeah, no, it did do it rather beautifully actually. So that's something we don't have to worry about until tomorrow. Also noticed that Crypto Coding Fitness, he said, so tomorrow markets are closed, but it's early close on Friday. So Friday closes at 1 p.m, which I guess means that for us that is, I don't know, like 5 or 6 or something, isn't it? So so there will be a market open tomorrow. So that's interesting.
Yeah. So totally closed today.
Yeah.
Short, reduced hours tomorrow, and then usual weekend close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the gap on here? Because it was that, obviously, but that was okay. Yeah. So it was that, wasn't it? So Friday 25th, and it closed on the 4-hour, kind of wicked down on Monday. Yeah. Okay.
Hang on, Friday wasn't the 25th.
Friday, November. Oh, 25. Sorry. Friday 21st November.
That's right.
Yeah. And just seems weird because it's 27th. It feels like the count of days is wrong. Anyway, reality is at fault. I think. So yeah, so gapped and it wicked down on Monday and filled the gap, which was pinpoint, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, no, it was a really neat. Well, I didn't even notice until Dan Sev over in the Discord mentioned it, and I think he said like SWC nailed the CME gap, and I thought, did I? And
I did.
I don't know, because bloody hell, I did as well. God.
Yeah.
Quality
So
TA.
you got your gold star on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that was kind of my TA really for
All
Bitcoin
right.
at least.
That's a bit cool.
Oh, actually, sorry. One thing, I want to mention is I guess because I've got the 200 MA open on there. So if we go to the daily, what we would possibly be looking at with that, actually just temporarily hide that. So the 200 MA. Let's get rid of my scribbles. Absolute works of art. There they are. Oh, and instead, I'll just hide them.
So what are you doing for that?
What
You
is
just
that
go to the
hidden?
indicators, look for an MA, and just done a SMA, is it? Is that what
Yeah.
you've done?
1 second, because I just confused the hell out of myself. Yeah, 200 MA there. That's the thing. So just minimise that as well. So yeah, so we're here on the daily. Yeah, exactly that. So I just added the SMA indicator, and it's quite a mountain to climb, isn't it? Looking at that, but as long as it keeps doing kind of what it's doing, the pullback we're seeing there at the moment, it seems pretty healthy. I'd say needs to do that. If it's just a straight line, then I feel like it would surely run out of steam before it gets to there. I'm just going to delete my earlier scribbles. There's kind of, so for it to progress up to there, there's that level, isn't there? There's liquidity. Do that. Come back. Try it again. Oh, for God's sake, this thing. Okay, I'll go by the menu. Didn't let me do a keyboard shortcut. Where's Ray? Horizontal Ray. It's doing all J. There. And I think it'll allow me to do keyboard shortcuts now. It's really weird. And that top E bit there. In fact, that's 106. So that might be as far up as it gets, depending. Although we have the retracement levels, kind of telling us maybe, it might at least wake up to 110, which would be kind of here, wouldn't it? So could well see that. If that happens, though, then it's just going to poke its nose above the 200 MA on the daily. So kind of one to keep in mind. Because if it does get above here, if it closes, well, really, there's a couple of things. It'd need to close above 200 MA, and kind of also, you'd really want to see that the next day also convincingly above the 200 MA, and that would suggest further continuation. Because as I was saying before, it seems like virtually everyone on X, YouTube, etc., seems to be expecting that the price is going to kind of do that up to the 200 MA and maybe just like touch that and then down, just into the bear market. Because and the reason I think also is that traditionally we've just kind of, well, so far we've always kind of seen a relief rally after the bull cycle top, and so the bear market kind of begins, or the bull market ends really with that final relief rally, which doesn't hit the high. It just kind of fakes everyone out, and then down. Probably everyone just takes profit at this point as well, like it's final chance to unload your bags, and then down. So, but because everyone now is expecting that, we might well see a bit of a. So everyone's going to open up some short positions there, maybe some more short positions there. But there's also that level, isn't there? Actually, what level is that? 114. If it gets there, so it might well do a bit of that. Wouldn't that surprise everyone? If it just did that?
It really would, because you can't watch a single YouTube video or read anything on X at the moment without everybody talking about a lower high.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
nobody's expecting a higher high.
No, it's the same frothy excitement there was for like October. Oh, well, okay, not October then. Well, at least there's going to be Moonvember. No, and so on. It's that, dare I say it, like herd consensus, herd thinking that we're all guilty of. I know I am.
Yeah, well, I
definitely
start
caught up in that.
Yeah. I mean, I start thinking it myself, and the problem is now is you got people talking about 4-year cycles and all that kind of stuff, and which is past now, isn't it? So in theory, we should be on the way down by now. So if you're going to believe that, then of course the next high you're going to expect is going to be a lower high, and then that will set the trend downwards. But yeah, you're right. What if it doesn't? And it absolutely F's everybody who's completely short, So that would be an interesting one, wouldn't it?
Really, really would be. So that's So I mean, having said that, I probably am going to be setting some shorts around this area, like maybe with something in reserve to open up there and there as well. But so what do we do? Just stick to your guns. So if you've opened a short at 106 and the price kind of works its way up there, do you just like keep that position kind of underwater and that one underwater? And so where do you put your stop loss? Is the thing for that.
Again, if you go above all-time high, you're into that sort of territory that's like really hard to trade, isn't it? Because you got no history. So if we did go to like a new all-time high, it'd be like, oh god, here we are again, and can we come down a bit where I'm more comfortable?
yeah, definitely. I mean, I do still think that if anything, we're probably going to see a mini crypto winter. It'd be quite a short-lived one, I think, just because there's so much just bullishness going into next year in the US in particular. It might be a bit offset by the way that like the employment market there seems to be a bit set for kind of a crash. This kind of like AI Armageddon, like Armageddon. I can't do it. This just AI kind of taking everybody's jobs and things.
AI Mageddon.
Yeah, that'd be it.
That's,
Hurry up,
that,
Mageddon.
that sounds like a name of a cottage in Wales, doesn't it?
Mageddon. If it doesn't get burned down, yeah. Um, so, that's kind of interesting. So I'm just doing very retro TA that's probably got nothing to do with the present. But that, I don't know though. That is, where did I draw that? 123.3. There's been touch points along there, isn't there? And it's kind of just there, that bit, that kind of pivot, the reversal and then drop again. So like that would still count as a lower high. I mean, that would surprise people. All those many like YouTubers shorts liquidated at 106, then at 100, that was 110. No, 100, sorry, this 106, then 110, then 114, and it could make its way up to like 123, and then drop into the mini crypto winter if it works out that way, and then into kind of 2026, where maybe after Q, it says with Q2. You know what? People do tend to view Q4 as being the strongest quarter, don't they?
I know,
but it's not.
I don't know. They nobody's talking about that anymore, are they? You know, I mean, I remember that one in 2021, which is when I was, first getting into crypto and stuff, and I mean, it was at like it was at like 50K during the summer, then it got to like September and it was down to like 40, 30, 38 or something like that. And then it went back up, so it went back up and everyone thought, okay, it was going to double top now at like 50. And it went right up to like pretty much 70K. And that was around Christmas time. In fact, Christmas Day was 25K. No, sorry, that was a different year. But yeah, just before Christmas. Hang on, when was it? It was, it was November actually. Yeah. So November it went up to like 66. Yeah, well, pretty much 70K actually. And I remember thinking then, and I thought, this is just out of control, really, and people were trying to short it then and getting absolutely wrecked, and like, I don't know. I mean, would something like that happen again? Could do, couldn't it? I mean, there is a lot of bullish news and stuff, and yeah, I don't know.
Because, so I think, I also think that maybe the AI-Mageddon might be a little bit overstated, because there was a thing, like I was watching this Asmongold video about, I mean, because I'm cool, so I watch Asmongold, but where he's kind of commenting on somebody else's video about the way that, cause it kind of worked out that something like 10% of the US workforce have been laid off this year so far, because the unemployment statistics kind of they only really, when they talk about like layoffs, they talk about the permanent staff, the ones with like holiday pay and pensions and all that kind of good stuff, but the contract staff were just kind of not included in that. So counting them, it added up to like 10% of the US workforce just like ditched so far in 2025, and a lot of that was down to just like the jobs are just being replaced by AI. So you kind of end up with one skilled person that hopefully not just the biggest suck up, but but the one who's the most skilled at the job. They stay and they kind of run the AIs. They become a prompt engineer, but they're essentially judging the AI output and kind of just supervising it essentially. So that a lot of that is happening, but I also wonder how much that is a bit overstated, just because they don't really take into account how many of those people then just went and got a job somewhere else. Like one company lays off a bunch of people or gets rid of their contractors. They maybe just go and get a contract somewhere else or a job somewhere else. Not all of them, obviously, because like in this country, I know a lot of, or a fair number of contractors who've just shed loads of trouble just like finding something new that, there's just not that much around. But like how much that is to do with AI and how much to do with the economy and so on. But yeah, so I mean, in the US, like 10% laid off is insane for a single year. But maybe it's only like 5%. The net might only be 5%, which is still insane. But so there's that. So the reason I'm going on about that is just that because I would see that the unemployment stuff as the offset, the thing that potentially puts a huge dampener on the bullish economy that we're kind of expecting now. Not so much half expecting, but 3/4 expecting for next year, particularly driven by the US in that case.
Right.
So yeah, it's just going to be like to what level the unemployment stuff affects it, because the job claims, the unemployment claims thing came in lower than expected this week, didn't it? Which also kind of suggests that maybe there's, it's not quite as bad as we might be thinking on the surface of like statistics that only tell part of the story, So
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Okay. Right. Probably better tell people about the Black Friday offer, because obviously there's only a few days left. So let's just run my ad. This is about the Black Friday Quadzilla offer. The Quadzilla Black Friday sale is now live, and it's live until the end of November. This gives you a massive 40% discount on the annual fee. This means if you're paying in dollars, you're getting it for $49 a month. If you're paying in euros, it's €42 a month. And if you're paying in pounds, it's just £36 a month. This gives you full access to this amazing indicator, and also full access to our Discord community. And this is where you can get trading ideas, discuss your trading ideas, ask questions. And remember, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask. We have this winning trade section here, which has some phenomenal wins like 73%, 24%, 114%, 47%, 20%. They keep going on. Some of the wins here are absolutely phenomenal. People are making lots of money in our Discord community. So if you want to become a profitable trader and you want to make your next trade profitable, head over to savewithcrypto.org/QZ. We'll see you over there. And remember, you can pay with crypto if you want. If you want to do that, just get hold of me or Maff by any means you like. Probably X actually is probably a pretty good way as well if you're not in the Discord. But if you're not in the Discord, I don't know why, because it is actually free to join. So you can do that. I will show you the URL. There you go, savewithcrypto.org/Discord, and all the links and stuff are in the description down below.
Indeedy.
Got anything else to say?
Just to mention that the number of views on X has gone up quite a bit now. It's 14.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's probably down to Aussie, because he's been quite active over there, sort of
yeah, true.
commenting away.
Add another comment over this. Trying to run here on X. There. My civic duty is done.
Right.
And quick look at the comments here as well. So, great darn gaps. I kind of agree. Might have been talking about potholes in the road as well. Hi to Lana. And TA hit for 6, just like the Aussies in the next test match. Do you follow? Oh no! Do we start talking about sport?
I'm probably the most unsporty person in the world, actually. Sort of.
Yeah.
Everything will be lost on me.
Yeah, so excuse me pulling a face on that one, Aussie. I just realised I was like going, anyway, actually it wasn't quite that bad.
Why were you going like that?
Oh, just talk about cricket, I think.
Oh, so are you into cricket?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. Yeah, we're all waiting for the crypto casino to pay out. Yeah, I think so. Are you implying that this is all basically gambling? Maybe it is all gambling.
Yeah, it's to do with spinning the wheel and having like knowing that there's more reds than blacks, isn't it, or something like that? You know.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
If actual gambling, well, this is actually, but like if casino gambling had the concept of stop losses and take profits and so on, then you could actually approach. This is not financial advice. This is just me kind of proselytizing. I don't know, just talking crap, basically. But if that was the case, then you could approach gambling kind of in the way that we do with trading, if you know what I mean. So you could say, like, okay, I'm going to place 10 gambles. I'm going to open 10 gamble positions. But as soon as I realise I've gone slightly in the wrong direction, I'm going to stop out. But as soon as something's gone in the right direction, it's in profit, I'm going to just let that run for a bit, and maybe hit the target and take the profit. So overall, you would expect to come out ahead because the losses can only ever be less than the profits, even if it was like 50% of the time it's
Right.
it's one or the other. You'd always come out ahead. I mean that's kind of what trading is meant to be, isn't it? That you just approach it as a series of trades, kind of be fairly sort of non-emotional about each one. It's just like, okay, this is trade number 6 out of 10. How do these do? Just have a little score sheet next to you, and it doesn't matter if a trade goes wrong because it just stops out quite quickly, and then you just tally up the total at the end.
So my kind of total experience of gambling is we like years and years ago we did a gig over in Market Raisin, and we were staying at some friends' place there, and she'd organised us a bit of entertainment, which was a day at the races at the race course there, and it's great because we had like a little box, and it's part of the perk that they had, so we all went along like the band, and we thought okay, well we'll have, I kind of went there and I thought, right, I'm going to gamble with 30 quid, and I'm probably going to put on about, I don't know, like I think I put on like 5 bets for like 6 quid. Everyone lost, so I just walked away minus 30 quid, and I think everybody lost generally, apart from one bloke who put on like 2 bets, and then he won about sort of 200 quid, and it turned out this guy he had a right sort of gambling habit sort of thing, but somehow he'd done all right, and I was just so confused by it all. I just thought, like, I don't know what I was doing there, and like I've just wasted 30 quid really, and that's it. That's my total gambling experience really.
Okay, yeah.
It's a good day though, I must admit. It was a good fun day,
Yeah, I suppose bookies must make a lot of money from people who don't often gamble, like don't even consider themselves to be gamblers, but they
like me,
like on the day of the races or whatever, they put a little flutter on because it's the thing to do. So they probably rake it in on those days, I'm sure. But yeah. What he was saying, I see crypto as a future currency much more. Yeah, totally. Hopefully not as thingamajigs. I've forgotten the name now. is it CBDs? No, centralized thingamajig.
Yeah, it's
I forgot what they're called.
CBDCs, isn't it?
CBDC, yeah, CBDC. So hopefully not those, but Zcash and or Monero, I think would be kind of good. So what's he also saying? Actually, I have a debit card on my phone linked to any cryptos in my wallet, which I'm probably inviting you to shill that a bit. Well, no, you wouldn't be shilling.
Which card
yeah,
is it?
which
I
one?
really, I'm quite intrigued by that. And what
And is it
I'd
an
also
Australia only thing?
yeah, no. Also, what I'd like to know as well is if can you do sort of thing where you've got, say, like Bitcoin in your wallet, and when you pay for that, when you go to the petrol station, you pay for that with Aussie dollars, but it comes straight from. Does it come straight from your Bitcoin balance? Like, does it do the actual change there, or do you have to do that in advance? I'd be quite interested to know that, because it is one of my things that I like. Actually, I like looking at fintech sort of solutions and stuff. Because a few things do work like that. I was looking at my BitGet card this morning. I was thinking, like, I might actually use that for like some Christmas stuff I need to buy, actually, because with that you can load it up with USDT, and then when you spend it, I think that's your only option at the moment is USDT. You can't, so it doesn't really matter when it gets changed, because it's going to be the same value anyway. But it does actually technically do the actual transaction at the point of sale, I believe, with that.
Yeah.
The only thing about that is, though, it's another one that's based in euros, so in the UK it doesn't make a lot of sense, really. But
Yeah, that's a bit annoying, because then it ends up just another transaction fee on top of the
yeah,
transaction fee and
yeah.
the spread and so on. Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah, but but it's not like an actual blockchain transaction that takes place, is it? That at the point of sale, I guess it's just like from their.
I think it just does a market sell.
Okay, just on the exchange, like, so it's centralized. In others, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the actual the Bybit card does the same thing as well.
Yeah.
Actually, the Bybit card's better because you can use like Ethereum and stuff. What did I do? I paid my gas bill with Ethereum using my Bybit card. But that's another one where that's in dollars. So although I was paying my gas bill in pounds, it actually came out in dollars. But so
Are there any that have UK pounds?
I
like
believe
settlement or accounts.
Uphold does that, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it actually does the transaction at the time of sale, at the point of sale.
You just have to load up a sterling account, like a fiat
I'm
account.
not sure, to be honest. I have actually got a card. I keep meaning to give it a go. I actually stopped using it because they stopped doing. They used to give you cash back in XRP. Which was always thought was a weird choice, but they used to do that. And then because of the FCA regulations, they stopped doing that. So I stopped using it. Now I didn't realise, and I basically stopped reading their emails and stuff, And but I found that recently they're actually doing cashback again, but to comply with the FCA regulations, they give you the cashback in GBP. So I might have to look into that one again, because that might be quite interesting. The cashback is the 1% though. It's not big. And of course you've got crypto.com where you can do that, but that one you do have to sort of load the card first with GBP and then spend it.
It's not the same, really, is it?
It's not just coming out of your crypto wallet, So I like the idea.
I guess with that, it's the cashback stuff, isn't it, where that then has some value.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. The actual what do you call it, what's it called? The way they're going to do the ZoiPay card, if they ever bring it out, the way they're going to work with that is they're going to have this token called Other. Basically, the way it's going to work, if you hold a certain amount of Other and you lock it, you can lock it for like 3 months or 6 or 12, I think it is. But if you lock it, then what you get, you don't get cash back on your own transactions, but you get a portion of the fees from the whole network, depending on the amount of stuff you've got locked. So did you get what I mean? So when if I was to go and buy something, I wouldn't necessarily I wouldn't get cash back per se for that transaction. But if there's like a million other people around the world doing lots of transactions, if I own a chunk of this Other token, then I will get a portion of that in rewards just for having that and then locking it up, and that's the way it's going to work. And I don't know anybody else doing that kind of thing. And that should be quite interesting. And that one's going to be if they get it right, and like I must admit they haven't got a good history of getting things right. If they get it right, then it's also going to involve a non-custodial wallet as well. So so you've actually got your crypto in a non-custodial wallet, which then you're spending with a card that then you get rewards, but not for your transactions, but for the whole network of transactions.
That'd be really, really good. They'd have to well, I guess I was going to say they have to be a bit careful with the smart contract on that, because if they got hacked on their side, or if they suddenly went rogue, they can obviously just drain your crypto wallet. But then they're kind of, so it is always a case of like, even though it's self-custodial.
What for the locked tokens?
Really, or whichever, like, whatever's in the smart contract. The thing where they take money out of your wallet to cover the transaction.
Right.
So even if it's like self custody, if the coins really they kind of still own it, as long as their smart contract has access to that wallet, has the permissions and so on.
What I mean is the actual money you're going to spend, that is non-custodial. That's in a just like a wallet, like same as any other kind of like multi-chain wallet.
So you just have to be a bit careful to not put loads, like it wouldn't contain your life savings or whatever.
Which obviously is going to, which obviously is a temptation if you were getting like quite a lot of rewards and you thought, oh, this is good. So I don't know. It's like most things, isn't it? You sort of how greedy do you get, and
basically,
But what level of risk?
Because I think people can get quite sort of almost sort of just hiding behind the mic again. People can just get a bit lulled into a false sense of security, I think, because the coins are still in their own wallet, but they've given permission to this like entity to kind of drain that wallet at will if they want to.
Which essentially is a bunch of blokes with beards in Romania.
Just never trust bearded men from Romania. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I always think about that sketch on Little Britain, where they got the guy who's a babysitter. They kind of, I don't know, he's kind of
where's the baby?
Your baby will be fine, and do not worry about your baby.
It's basically that, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So one of the, I mean, you mentioned about the fintech side of this, because that obviously is like it's a huge thing, isn't it? Finally, crypto and like payment rails and things are starting to come together a bit. But it's, I mean, really that side of it is quite easy, to be honest, because you get like talk about the payment rails, you get like Plaid or Stripe or whatever, and they have their very easy to interface with like REST APIs that that the coders can just sort of hook up. So then all that the fintech company has to worry about really is just getting a decent sort of tokenomics model in front of that, or whatever they want to do. They could just say, okay, at the most basic level, if they want the person to keep custody of their tokens, just like, okay, yeah, like, you know, give me your Solana wallet address, and sign up for this account, and we'll take a bit out. Do you know what I mean? Like each time there's a point of sale transaction, and off to Plaid or whatever that it goes to do the Visa or MasterCard part of it. So it's so easy to implement that stuff. I don't understand why they take so long and why they seem to have so many problems. Just
well, I kind of like I like my idea of you know, what I always thought that the MyArt app on Elrond was going to be like, where you know, you go to buy something in the shop, and then at the till they say, how do you want to pay? And you go, well, I want to pay in, you know, Solana or something, you know. And what flashes up on the till is like a QR code, at which point you get your, you know, your Phantom wallet out or whatever, scan that QR code, and it just sends the crypto to there and completely bypasses the whole like card network. You know, that's the way it should be, isn't it? You know, that's the way it would be if, like, say, I wanted to send you some money. You know, you could do that. Just show me an address, and I'll go, oh, okay, here you go, and you've got the money. You know.
Yeah. It'd be a true crypto card, payment card.
Yeah. Rather than sort of going via fiat. Obviously, the prices would have to sort of, you know, I mean, you would have your loaf of bread priced in dollars or pounds or euros or whatever, but you know, you would know what that was in Solana or whatever you were paying with, you know, and then you just pay for it with an app on your phone. Just bypass all that MasterCard, Visa stuff, you know. And that to me,
that's kind of the ideal, isn't it? The slightly depressing risk of that is obviously the governments would step in. It's like, hang on a minute, you know, we want our tax revenue, and they'd be lobbied by the big payment rail companies like by Visa, MasterCard, etc. That to make absolutely sure that that's regulated out of existence, which would really suck, because that is kind of what we all basically want, is to be able to just have some crypto in a wallet, go into a shop and buy something with it. Just
I mean,
so we don't need such a thing as crypto on ramps and off ramps and so on.
Yeah, but it's no more wild than using cash, really, is it? You know.
No, it wouldn't be that difficult to implement. It's just you'd have some machine or an app on a phone using like NFC radio to sort of interface. Well, it could all be done on phones. You know, write an app that uses NFC.
It could all be done with QR codes, couldn't it? You know? So
it's true,
every phone has that capability now. So, you know,
so the point of sale could simply be just, well, another phone that the merchants.
Well, I just envisage like a little screen where a QR code pops up, and you sort of do that. You know, same as when you're doing like your Morrison's loyalty card or whatever. You know, sort of that kind of thing. You know. Good stuff. Anyway.
feels like there ought to be a shadow economy, especially the way the UK economy is going, at least. So that's at least. So just like, I mean, I know I've talked about this a whole bunch before, but like if your local corner shop had a little Monero or Zcash accepted here sticker in the window, you're going to go in and just spend that way, and it is then kind of electronic cash, crypto cash.
Let's just have a quick look at what Ozzy was saying here. Oh, that's not it. That's not Ozzy. I freaked out a lady at the hardware store. She said, "We don't accept crypto here." I said, "Watch this," scanned it and said, "Good eye," and walked away. Oh, okay. But what was it then? I still want to know. Just using it for, what is it? Can't tell me.
Keep it in suspense.
Yeah, 10%. That the way. You're not going to tell us, are you? Okay. I mean, that's it. All right. I don't know why you're keeping it a secret, unless it's got like a really embarrassing name or something. It's probably called the Pommy Bastard card or something, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wouldn't surprise. No, I've got to wrap up, I think.
Yeah, no worries.
So-
All right, cool. We have got an amazing offer going on Bitunix as well, which gets you up to it does get you a 30% deposit bonus if you're a new user, and if you're an existing user, using our link, you get other perks as well. So I'm just going to show you that, but I'll say goodbye first, and see you tomorrow. So
I would say just very quickly that I think this the promo video you're about to show needs music. I think I was thinking either guitar strums, because it's quite mellow, or a harp. I think you could have harp, like sweeping chords.
okay, I'll get the harp out of the loft then.
Yeah, take it out. It'd be in among the Guinness kegs, I guess.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
I could do some guitar, I suppose. No, I might just use some random AI thing. But anyway, yeah, all right. That's me told. Right. All right. So I'm going to say goodbye, and so it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from him.
All right. Is the Bitunix thingy. From now until the 21st of December 2025, the new Bitunix campaign is live. Now, this is really good, especially if you're a new user. There are actually 3 campaigns running. Now, the first one is a VIP campaign, which gets you cheaper fees and a lot more advantages. For the new people, there's the deposit reward. You simply make a deposit and you can get 30% cash back. This is the best offer I've ever seen for a deposit reward. And lastly, there's a trading volume reward. Trading volumes are actually quite easy to attain. To give you an example, here's an account that I've got about $2,000 in. And in the last campaign, I managed to achieve a trading volume of 1.7 million just by trading that $2,000. So you can imagine if I had something like $10,000, my trading volume would be more like 8 or 9 million, just to give you an idea. Now, I achieved this by just doing normal trades. I wasn't doing anything crazy like doing 100x trades. In fact, my current one here is a Solana trade, and as you can see, that's quite modest, 12x. Nothing too crazy, just normal trading. So, for example, my 1.7 million trading volume could now get me VIP 5. At VIP 5, you're almost paying 0 fees, which means you can do things like you can compound your gains by taking a small profit when you're only 1 or 2% in profit, and then just repeating that over and over again. And just for the record, if you start off with $2,000, and if you can make 1.7% in a trade, and you do that 365 times, you have over $1 million. If you can achieve $2 million, you get VIP 7, which is both obtainable and extremely desirable. Now, event 2, the deposit bonus is only for new people, unfortunately. But if that's you, you can deposit $100, trade once, and get $30 back. You can deposit $500, trade once, and get $150 back. You can deposit just $1,000, trade once, and get $300 back. Now, you can deposit anything you like. You can deposit USDT, Bitcoin, Solana, whatever you like, or you can even use the buy crypto feature and buy crypto using your bank account or credit card. Now, the last event we ran did have a 20% cashback, and that did apply to existing users, but unfortunately this one, it doesn't. But if you're a new user, grab this while you can. I've never seen a 30% deposit rebate ever. Now, event 3 is open to everybody, and this is where it gets fun. If you can achieve a trading volume of 1 million, which to be honest is super easy. If you're trading with about $1,000, you can do that easily between now and the 21st of December. And you get $50 for that. If you can do 5 million, which is not impossible, you get $300. And beyond that, for the ballers, if you can achieve a $30 million trading volume, you get an Apple Watch Series 11 and AirPods Pro 3. If you can achieve 100 million, you get an iPhone 17 Pro Max. And for the absolute ballers, if your trading volume reaches 150 million, you get a vacation in Dubai, and that includes flights and a 4-star hotel, which is worth $8,000. So who can use Bitunix? Well, if you're in any country in the world except China, North Korea and Iran, and I also think Singapore might be excluded as well. I'm not 100% sure about that. But everywhere else you can use Bitunix, you don't need a VPN. And that includes the UK and the US. If you are going to buy crypto using your bank account or credit card, you will need to pass some verification to do that though. But if you're depositing crypto and just trading straight away, you can be trading within minutes by using just an email and a password. You don't even need to tell them your real name. Now, what I also like about the deposit rewards is a lot of people, if it's the first time they're using an exchange, they might not want to deposit a massive amount. And I've seen other campaigns with different exchanges where it's the first deposit that counts. So if you want to deposit $100 to see if you like the exchange, do that. Do some trades, see if you like it. You'll get $30 anyway for free. And then if you like it, you can deposit $1,000 within the same period and you'll get $300 rather than $30 as a reward. I think that is a really good feature, especially for new users. So how do you do this? Well, just go to savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. And remember, you've got until December the 21st to do this. But it makes sense to start as soon as possible because you want to get your trading volume up so you can get the VIP status and hopefully plan your vacation to Dubai. So remember, savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix.